We have with us on the show today Juan Carlos Hernandez and Doris Hernandez. They are no relation to each other, but they are both here to speak with us about the Chicago Sunday Evening Club. Thank you both so much for being with us on the show.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting us.
Doris, could you tell us a little bit about what the Chicago Sunday Evening Club is?
Well, actually, before she begins, the Chicago Sunday Evening Club has worked with this group of mothers. We actually haven't worked with them. We helped organize an event this past May 10th. They have been working for a few years on their own for peace efforts.
Okay.
So we've just collaborated with them, helped work with the Resurrection Project, a nonprofit here in Chicago.
Okay.
To organize an event. But she can tell you about her group, Padres Ángeles.
Okay.
Háblenos de Padres Ángeles.
Padres Ángeles es un grupo que surge como respuesta a la violencia en nuestra comunidad en Little Village, aquí en Chicago.
Padres Ángeles is a group here in the Little Village neighborhood in Chicago that arose as a response to the violence in that area.
Precisamente surge con la idea el día que mataron a mi hijo. Ese día tuve que presentarme en la calle a la vigilia de mi hijo y había muchísimos jóvenes que necesitaban más consuelo que ni yo misma.
Okay. The idea for this group was born the very day her son was killed, and she realized that the young people that had come around to gather for the vigil for her son needed as much or even more consoling than her.
Es por eso que surge la idea de pensar que sería bueno tener un grupo en la comunidad donde no solamente fueran los padres a recibir instrucción de cómo mejorar la comunicación con sus hijos, cómo resolver conflictos sin violencia, cómo manejar la ira.
It's from there that this idea for a group of people working for peace on how to settle disagreements peacefully, on how to counsel and guide young people, that the ideas just developed after this tragic event.
Okay. What sort of things does the group do to offer this kind of encouragement?
Yes. ¿Qué hace este grupo para apoyar a las personas que han sufrido una pérdida?
Pues sí, tenemos talleres donde se les da apoyo emocional a las familias y en el momento de una pérdida todo el mundo está improvisando, entonces las familias no saben qué hacer. Nosotros vamos con ayuda para dónde ir a enterrar a sus hijos, dónde pedir ayuda en el gobierno, o recogemos fondos para las familias, ayudamos a los niños, apoyamos en general a la familia.
They respond to a violent death by, first of all, they have workshops. They have workshops for families in the community, but also if somebody does lose a young person, they will be there to assist the family with questions about who to contact in government, helping. They're there to respond for many needs, and also helping them in that very difficult time, because it's almost like all hands on deck. Families just come in and support for whatever they need.
And then what about you, Juan Carlos, with the Chicago Sunday Evening Club? Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Wow, well, we're a very old faith-based organization here in Chicago. And for many years, we had a program at Orchestra Hall. And then we were on radio and on television. And now we're still a Christian organization, and our main function is to tell stories about people putting their faith into action.
Wonderful.
And that's how we have found this group, Padres Ángeles, or I guess the translation would be Parent Angels, and what they're doing for the benefit of so many families and so many young people here in our city. They're putting their faith into action. They're living it and assisting people who have lost people of violence, but also creating peace.
What do you see that happens when people are willing to come together within a community and support each other? How does that impact the community?
Is that for me or for her?
For Doris, please.
Okay. ¿Usted qué ve cuando la gente en la comunidad se une y hace un esfuerzo para mejorar?
Es un impacto bastante grande porque gente no está consciente de que ella tiene mucho poder a través de las palabras que le dicen a los niños, a través de las acciones en las escuelas o en las marchas que hacemos para concientizar a la comunidad de que sí se puede tener paz, pero nos concentramos en concientizarlos sobre prevención de la violencia, que ellos sepan que de acuerdo a lo que pongan en el corazón de sus niños es como ellos van a responder más grandes cuando tengan que hacer una decisión de meterse a grupos que no son buenos para su salud mental.
Which it's quite a mouthful there, but she says the impact is big when people come together to work for peace, and that is the primary thing they focus on, as she said before, through workshops, but also through talks at schools, and through marches through the community, through this calling of people and young people to work for peace. The impact is big because people realize that they have a lot more power than they might think.
Wonderful. Well, thank you both so much for being with us today on the show and for sharing your stories. We appreciate all the hard work and good work that you're doing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.